Hello, welcome beautiful vibrant souls to today's pick a card reading looking at why was this situation chosen for you. So this is really meant to look at, a situation in your life either that has elapsed already or that is ongoing, pardon my itchy nose, whether it's perceived as positive or negative, and try to understand why. Like, what is the purpose, what's going on, especially why at you could be asking in a spiritual context, the overarching big answer, why, and then why in a more kind of minute context, like, oh, I get the reason why this is happening, but why did it play out specifically like this? So we're going to hopefully shed some light. It's a pretty open-ended reading, but we're hopefully going to use this to shed some light on the situation. So usually I use crystals or some small object as the signifiers for each pile. I did not feel called to do that this time. I shuffled out cards from the Prism Oracle, and those are what you see in the thumbnail. So group 1 is indicated by this success card. Group 2 is indicated by this rejection card. And group 3 is indicated by this caution card. So take your time, pause the video if need be, meditate, contemplate on your options. When you have picked one that best resonates with your energy, head down to the timestamps in the description box below. With that, I'm going to start with group 1. Hi, group 1. So you guys picked the success card. So before I even get into it, I want to know the circumstances surrounding, the details let me try this again. The details surrounding the circumstances you're asking about so you can figure out if this is for you or not. The Empress, some of you either have gotten pregnant, your partner has gotten pregnant. Some of you are getting, and this feels like a kind of a positive thing. I'm also getting this energy that the energy has shifted and you haven't quite seen it in your external reality yet. You're like, I feel like this is successful, but I'm not seeing it. So why do I feel like that? I feel like this is going to be good, but I don't know why. And keep in mind, the Empress is always depicted as pregnant, right? And so this feels like it's in that gestational period. The 8 of Wands, wow, yeah. And the 10 of Wands, okay. So just in terms of the situation, this is like pure energy right now. This is exactly what I mean. Something feels like there's a lot going on here. Some of you might feel very, very tired, I'm getting, with the 10 of Wands. And you're like, I feel really good. Like, the energy feels really good, but I'm also really tired. This could feel like, I feel like you're energetically, you're doing a lot right now, even if you're not doing a lot in your physical world. And this is because there is burgeoning success that has yet to be seen to the extent that it will manifest, right? Like, you might see a little success, but there's more to come is kind of what I'm trying to say, long-windedly so. You could be a Taurus or a Libra. You could be asking about a divine feminine energy. This person is coming towards you, but there's a lot of barriers to get through, right? There's heavy energy here. Some of you might be asking about a mother that you have had a strained relationship with. This person may have reached out to you, or you might have started thinking about them a lot recently, seeing a lot of signs of them. And it's kind of like, why? Because these can be synchronicity, spirit guide messages. I want to pull some more cards to figure out kind of what this situation is or looks like. The 4 of Swords reversed. Yeah, some of you are getting communication from somebody who's very important to you. Somebody you may have been estranged from, at a distance with, especially the King of Swords reversed, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. The 6 of Wands reversed. This was a situation, it's interesting because we have success, and this is usually the 6 of Wands upright. This is what I mean. I feel like this is something you're sensing in the energy, but it hasn't played out yet. There's a situation where there's a new beginning that's on the horizon, right? For some of you, this literally is like, this is a baby card for me, and the Empress is somebody who's pregnant. That's a mother. But there's a situation where the incoming energy, the energy is coming toward you, and there are some barriers that are still being, I was going to say transmutated, but I almost said just mutated. So they're being changed, right? Things are being shifted for you. But that is a process. We have all the butterflies here. So there's many little transformations needing to take place to make way for what you're asking for. Some of you have been out of communication with a King of Swords. Normally, I don't like the King of Swords reversed because normally the King of Swords reversed is somebody who is incredibly manipulative. I don't feel that this time. What I'm feeling from the King of Swords reversed is if you're dealing with another person, or even if this is an aspect of self, there's a sense here of somebody hasn't moved forward with something or somebody hasn't communicated because they don't trust themselves. Like they're not trusting their own judgment is kind of what I'm getting. So like, I'm just sitting with this, and even I'm having a hard time like putting it all together. Okay. So the circumstances, you know, around like what you're asking for, I'm seeing that there's something that you've put a lot of energy into and it hasn't manifested yet. And there's kind of a sense of, why do I feel so good about this if nothing is showing me in my reality that this is going to work, right? Like, why do I feel so confident about this if I like nothing in my reality would suggest that this is happening? Some of you like said you're pregnant, your partner's pregnant. It's like, why am I so happy about this? Why does this feel so right? Even though maybe like you haven't known this person for that long, maybe like financially you guys are struggling. There's a sense of, why do I feel so good about this when my external reality does not reflect anything? Because it is still gestating, so to speak. It is still being formed. There are still energetic barriers that are coming through, or excuse me, that need to be worked through. There is still some healing that needs to take place. Some of you just intuitively feel that there's another person here that's going to reach out, and they will. You're like, I don't know why. You know, maybe it's like, I haven't heard from them for 4 months. Why would they reach out now? I haven't heard from them for a year. Why would they reach out now? Again, I feel like this is something you're seeing a lot of synchronicities about. And there's no logical reason, because the King of Swords, very logical energy here. There's no logical reason this would work out or this would be a good thing, but you just feel it and you know. And the reason why is because there is imminent success here. I want to know more about this before I get into your oracle cards. The Lover's reversed. Okay. Oh, the Emperor reversed. Motherfucker. You guys okay? The Queen of Wands, dude. Queen of Cups, yeah. Okay. The Five of Wands reversed. There's the barriers. Okay. This is very likely about another person. This is very likely a counterpart relationship. And I always say that because we have Emperor and Empress and then the Lover showing up. This is why. You're showing up as, regardless of gender identity or expression, the Empress. There's another person here who is the Emperor, but reversed, meaning they're out of their power. And whenever I see the Emperor and one of the kings, this for me kind of indicates, because the Emperor is all 4 kings of the tarot in one, this for me can indicate, okay, this person would be the Emperor if they got this area of their life together. Or if it's upright, it's like this person is the Emperor, but this is their area of specialty. So because of this person you're dealing with would be the Emperor if they could trust their judgment, if they could see the bigger picture. What is standing in the way of that? Five of Wands, there could be other people complicating the situation. Page of Swords, okay, this is a childhood issue. This is a childhood issue where they don't trust themselves. We have a little fox here, so they're very curious. They may have had, I'm going to be honest, this is somebody who may have had a history of lying in the past. I don't feel with bad intentions. I just feel careless about the truth is kind of the energy. The Hierophant reversed. Yeah, this person may have had some moral, spiritual lessons to learn. The Six of Pentacles. In this deck, look how there's the 2 sets of eyes. They're in the middle of gaining a shift in perspective about how their own actions were not fair or equitable. And this isn't just with you. This is in general in their life. They have an issue, the Eight of Pentacles. They're a hard worker. They'll put in the work, but there's something about where they prioritize things, understanding the effort they put in, that is skewed here. Yep, Justice reversed, the Knight of Pentacles reversed. They may have a history of investing a lot into a situation and then just kind of dropping it. They may have a history of struggling to commit to something long term or struggling to show up in a committed energy. They may have this energy with the Justice and the Knight of Pentacles reversed of like, they'll all but like commit, because we have the Hierophant reversed, so it's a marriage card as well. They'll all but commit, but just doesn't want to put a label on it, doesn't want to give that sense of, you know, ultimate like security of like, yes, I am picking you. This is I'm declaring my intention that I will then follow up with prioritized action to be your person, to be your partner. This person doesn't like to commit, but it's not because of how they feel about you. It's how it's a difficulty trusting themselves. They might have major trust wounds that they're working through. They may have major third eye blockages that they're working through. The Ten of Swords, here's why: because they've been hurt very badly. They've been hurt very, very badly, and they're trying to make sure they don't make the same mistake again. And in trying to do so, they, I feel, are hurting others, but it is unintentional. I also feel like, too, you know, you're showing up as the Queen of Wands regardless of gender identity or expression. So it's interesting because we had a King with the Emperor both reversed, and then a Queen with the Empress both upright. And both the Queen of Wands and the Empress are incredibly attractive. Part of why this person doesn't trust their judgment is because they're very attracted to you, both physically and spiritually. Other people could also be very attracted to you. Other people see you as, you know, like magical and fun and sensual and like creative. And there's a sense here of like a siren call. And what this person's afraid of is that they might get the wrong impression of you, or a fear that they have is you're kind of just like, you know, collecting hearts. Excuse my burp. And there's a fear here that they're just another casualty. Because again, with that Ten of Swords, I don't remember where it was. Yeah, that Ten of Swords reversed. They've been hurt very, very, very badly, and they're trying to make sure they don't make that same mistake. And so the Lovers reversed really suggests that you guys reach out through the ether. You guys are always connecting. You might dream of each other a lot, see a lot of signs of them, have an almost telepathic bond. It's there, but this person is resisting not you, but resisting making a final call because they're terrified that they're wrong. So you feel it in the energy because it's there. And I feel like you're in a very potent energy for manifestation right now with the Empress and the Queen of Wands. So let's look at what your oracle cards are. Sorry, I was like, oh yeah, I pulled these for you. Yeah, okay, we have the Root Chakra card 1. The frequency of the root chakra, the red flower of life, stimulates passion and supports our sense of security on this physical plane, both in our bodies as well as in the physical world. Okay, you guys could be clearing some root chakra blockages, as could they. Yeah, okay. We have the 9th house, and I'm really drawn into spiritual values. Okay. There's some Sagittarius energy coming through here. And the sacral with creativity. Talk about that with the Queen of Wands and the Empress. Yes. Okay. It's interesting. We have a 10 and a 1. So there's the ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new one on the horizon. I think this is what you guys can pick up on, is that, you know, regardless, there's a heavy energy here of a relationship, right? But whatever this is that you've been trying to manifest, you've been trying to call in for yourself, I feel like the biggest thing here is you're not seeing it in your reality yet, right? Energetically, you feel it. You feel like you're doing the work. You feel like you're calling it in. And that's because you are, right? You've already decided in your heart and soul that this is for you. And there's a sense here with this combination, excuse me, of like, it doesn't make any logical sense. I don't know, like, especially because it's success. I don't know why I think this is going to work out. You might be afraid that you're being delulu, but like, it's like, I don't know why I feel like this is going to work out, but it is. And that's because it is. You are creating what you would like. Again, the sacral energy here. You are calling this in toward you. This feels like you are in a very attractive energy. You don't have to do shit. A lot of the work that you're doing to make this happen is energetic. You don't have to take action, or there's very little action you have to take. You know, the Eight of Pentacles, you've really done the work. The Ace of Cups reversed. A lot of this work has been, and then the Sun reversed beneath that. A lot of this work has been emotional. It's been about you releasing emotional attachment or a grip on how you think things should look in order to be happy. And you're letting your happiness kind of just flow. Some of you finally have liberated with, you know, the sacral here. I can't pick up the card. I'm not going to do it. With the sacral here and the Queen of Wands, you've liberated what you actually want. You've let yourself start expressing a desire. Some of you have been on this quest, this journey to find balance between your sense of a higher power and your personal power. And what I mean by that is allowing spirit to lead the way. Or to give you signs, to, you know, be open to the messages spirit has to bring you and the suggestions and the direction that you're going, while also claiming your personal power to be like, that I don't want to do that. That's not for me, right? And being able to come to terms with and understand that your love for something, your desire for it is divine, and that's part of the plan, right? And so some of you, you might have significant placements on the Gemini Sagittarius axis. Some of you are moving away from this Gemini energy of just like trying to like be highly logical, trying to, be, I don't want to say calculated, but trying to calculate the best option, trying to, like there's like an overthinking and a fear, right? And if you're dealing with another person, this person may have reflected that back to you, an overthinking and a fear of every single choice. And some of you are just kind of in this place of, you know what, I know that I really feel called to do XYZ. I feel pulled in this direction, and I'm going to trust that's for a reason. And some of you have just been working on taking a leap of faith, right? Because I feel like a lot of you have gotten a higher perspective on your own journey and been able to kind of see that going round and round and round in your head isn't really helping. And a lot of this is because you guys have been healing not only the sacral, but the root chakra as well. And feeling safe enough to go after what you want, feeling safe enough and supported enough by the divine to, it's kind of like, I know I really want this. I'm going to trust that's for a reason. I'm going to trust spirits, got my back and is on my side. And if I take a wrong turn, I'm also going to trust that I'm going to get redirected. Some of you guys may have become very familiar and very comfortable with the Tower card in the tarot in the last few years. You've been very comfortable with that. So, looking at the whole thing, why was this situation chosen for you? I think the situation that you're asking about has been a journey to really connect with your passions, your desires, but also your personal power to have what you want. And that's why you're going to have success, because you're finally coming into balance. I want to know more about this success. The Nine of Pentacles reverse. Some of you, you're asking for a certain partnership. The Nine of Wands. It's been a struggle. It's the Wounded Warrior here. The Eight of Pentacles. You've really been doing a lot of work, especially energetically. And then the Knight of Swords reverse. The Two of Swords is at the bottom. So again, this is all about trusting your decisions. I feel like, this success is that you've been doing a lot of work. You've also been doing self-worth work. And again, this kind of like goes back to that feeling safe enough and feeling good enough that you are supported in what you want. And you've really been fighting for this. So I think this situation has been like a really potent area for growth. But I think you've been facing this for a long time, right? With the snail here. You've been doing this for a long time, and you've put in a lot of work, especially when it comes to your thoughts. There's this energy here with the Knight of Swords where maybe in the past, you may have kind of had one view of things and then just like acted on it. And it feels like it was hard for you to really manifest a lot, because it's kind of like, again, that Gemini energy of going back and forth. You may have kind of been really like wishy-washy, or things didn't start to kind of appear in your reality. It's like, I'm doing all this work and nothing's happening. Bah, I'm just leaving it behind. I think now you're in a place where there's a lot more like trust the process energy. There's a lot more trust in spirit. We have the web here, so there's a lot more trust in how everything will weave together in your favor. So if you're feeling like something is going to be successful, even if you don't see signs of it, trust that that's for a reason. Trust that this situation is meant to bring you the success that you want, because what it's doing is it's helping you repair root and sacral chakra blockages and fears of not being supported from the universe, as well as helping you repair the relationship you have with your desires and seeing them as divine and inspired. So I think that's just about everything I've got for group 1 right now. I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for being here. I hope I get the chance to read for you soon. And with that, I'm going to move on to group 2. Hi, group 2. Okay, you guys picked rejection. So what this situation might be is you may have faced a rejection. This is giving very much, rejection is protection. I know we all get sick of hearing that kind of energy. Some of you, there's a situation where you're being put in a position to reject someone. I'm getting a crossroads. You might have two choices and you have to say yes to one and reject the other. And you're like, what is the purpose of this? What am I supposed to be learning? What is going on here? Why am I being put in this situation? Because it feels uncomfortable. I want to pull some cards for what the circumstances here might be. The Ace of Pentacles reversed. The Seven of Swords. And the Hierophant. Okay. The Ten of Wands at the bottom. I want to break. Yeah, and then we have the Five of Pentacles reversed. So this is difficult. Ten of Wands, I see that. Five of Pentacles is hard. Whether this is an ongoing situation or this is from your past, I feel like there's something that it feels like this energy right here of, what the hell, man? It feels like you put your trust and your faith in something, that something was going to be given to you. We have a hand reaching out, and usually in the Ace of Pentacles, a hand is reaching out from, you know, the hand of the divine is reaching out to offer something solid. And it's like there is the expectation that this was going to be offered, right? You really felt it. You really like, you know, it was supposed to be for you, and it feels like the rug got pulled out from under you, right? Especially with that rejection. Some of you, this is very specific, but there's kind of this energy where you may have really wanted something and given up on it and just like assume like, okay, you know what? I accept this is not for me. And you started moving on with your life, and the situation has come back and you need to make a choice. And it's like, it was so hard for me to pull myself away from this. Why am I being put in the position that I now have to potentially reject it? Is kind of the energy. Oh. Some of you, and I don't mean any offense with this, so I'm sorry if this is triggering to some people, because it's not my intention. Some of you have gotten unexpectedly pregnant, and you're needing to make a choice about what to do about it. And it's kind of like, feels like it's testing your beliefs. It's testing your, yeah, it feels like it's testing your beliefs. I almost get this energy of unnecessarily, right? Sorry for the little crackly neck. This would be like where, you know, maybe your partner really wanted to have a child and you were on the fence, and then eventually, you know, you're kind of like, wow, I think I actually really do want this. And then you're struggling to conceive, kind of a thing. Or, you know, maybe like, your partner, you knew your partner really wanted a child. And then if you did conceive, and even if it's kind of like a surprise, it's like, then your partner's like, no, I don't want this. Or, you know, there's a sense here of like, your sense of faith is really being tested. And I don't love using that word, but that's how it feels, is like, it feels like you feel like your beliefs are being tested. I'm also getting this energy of too little, too late. So once again, this could be something you were asking for before when you really felt like you needed it. And it's kind of like, this didn't show up when I needed it. This didn't show up when I wanted it, when I was asking for it. What is the purpose of giving it to me now? It kind of feels like cruel a little bit, is sort of the energy I'm picking up. The Ace of Swords. Okay. There's a little stray hair. Driving me bonkers. The Knight of Swords reversed. The Eight of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles, yeah. And then the Eight of Cups reversed. I feel like there's a situation where, so there's, first and foremost, I feel like this revolves around, there's communication and an offer. We have another ace here. For some of you, this is a job that you really wanted, a job that would have paid well. It's like, especially because we had that Five of Pentacles reverse come out earlier. It's like this would have been perfect, right? Maybe you were counting on getting this job before and they decided not to go with you. And it kind of like, it was a financial loss. You're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And so it's kind of like, now maybe you had to struggle to like, you know, get yourself out of a sticky situation financially. But there's something where, you know, I was just talking about this before in group one, but the Knight of Swords can be kind of like a fickle energy a little bit. And there might be something where somebody was going to, you know, was like going to pick you, going to, you know, pick you for the job, pick you to do, you know, like to work with, to invest with. They saw you as with the web here, part of a bigger plan. And then they kind of just changed their mind last minute. There's a sense of, again, rejection here. I feel like this opportunity or this person is reaching out again. And I think that this is what I was picking up on before. There's investment with the Seven of Pentacles. Sorry, I have to cover the boobs because YouTube is afraid of boobs. There is this investment with the Seven of Pentacles of, you really had like been counting on this. You put a lot, you know, she's got, instead of legs, she has roots. So you really like grounded yourself in this. And I feel like so much so that it's been very hard with the Eight of Cups to let something go, right? It's felt like walking away from the sun. It's felt like, going almost in the wrong direction, but like, okay, I'm going to accept that this was what needed to happen. And it kind of feels like there's this energy here where someone is reaching back out or something's coming back around. It's kind of like, what is the purpose? I don't understand that. I accepted that this wasn't for me. What the hell is going on? Or again, for some of you, this is coming back around, and there's a sense here where you might be in a position to need to reject this person or this offer. Whoa, yeah, I accidentally just like bumped the deck. All right, I'm going to look at these three because they spun themselves around. Yep. Oh, Jesus. Magician reverse, Nine of Cups reverse, Judgment. Yes. This is somebody, Gemini and Virgo here. This is someone or something that felt like a wish come true. It felt like it was really like going to be a turning point in your life, and it was just snatched away. There was some deception that may have happened, and not intentionally so, but some information may have been left out. Something may have just ended abruptly, and the reason why was unable to be shared. This is what's going on. I feel like, again, Judgment coming out reversed. This is coming back around, and I feel like there's going to be irritation about that. I want to know, I guess I want to know why, but I'm going to look at your oracle cards for this because that's the whole point of this reading. Okay, we have in the 11th house, associations was the word that got my attention. So this could be from a friend or from somebody that you, the 11th house for me is kind of like soul family, people you do spiritual work with. Divine wisdom. I want to make note that this was initially reversed. This is the soul star chakra in this deck. 36 reducing to a 9, but I'm going to put it upright. And delight. This is also initially reversed. I'm going to put it upright. The frequency of delight supports our capacity to create and experience feelings of intense joy and happiness. The more delight we feel, the more we evoke in others. I feel like whoever you're dealing with in this situation has had a revelation with divine wisdom. They initially could not see this for what it was, and then they were like, oh, I get it. This person may have had some associations that you didn't agree with. This person, I'm also noticing the word freedom above it. This person may have wanted the freedom to associate with whoever they wanted. This could have been a friend where they were starting to develop new friendships, and they kind of didn't know how you'd fit into those, so they kind of like bolted. This is interesting. I feel like whoever you're dealing with thought that their happiness and thought that the best answer lay somewhere else, right? With delight, they thought that delight is 19, and that's the sun card in the tarot. They thought that kind of the best option, the most enlightened choice, the best fit was with somebody else. Again, this could be a friend. What the hell happened here? This could be a friend that you thought wanted more, but they didn't. I feel like I'm getting kind of, if that's the case, they were lying. They may have been lying to themselves. Again, there's an element of self-deception here. The Five of Swords reversed. I feel like this person may have given you kind of a hard time, made you really sort of like doubt yourself. The Two of Cups, this is what I mean. This is like a soulmate, right? Like a soul friend. Eight of Swords, but they couldn't see that. So Five of Wands reversed. However they treated you was because they weren't really seeing you, like spiritually able to see you. The Knight of Cups, yep. And then the Four of Pentacles reversed. Okay. So there's a sense here where this person couldn't really see who you were to them spiritually. That's very, very clear. As a result, I feel like they didn't really fight for this, whether it was a love connection, a friendship, somebody you wanted to start a business with. They didn't really fight for this, right? And there's a sense here of, I feel like initially there's a sense here of this person just letting this go, right? Wanting to follow their heart, wanting to kind of, somebody who's, has good intentions, but is also kind of fickle, and sort of just follows like, oh, this feels good, I'm going to do this. And they kind of let this go. I don't feel like it was like a huge falling out, but this kind of feels like somebody who just sort of like stops contacting you. You know, there may have been a move here and you guys were supposed to kind of like stay connected, and that kind of fizzled, that kind of fell apart. But this is also why I feel like this person is coming back, because they kind of see it for like what it was. But I want to know spiritually, what is the purpose of them coming back? Because I feel like it's annoying for you. Like, I feel this annoyed energy about like, couldn't have done this before. The Emperor reverse. This is to help you find your power. Again, some of you, this person's coming back because they're going to want another chance, and it's going to be up to you to decide. And it puts the power back in your hands, especially if you're really struggling with like, to kind of make heads or tails of this. The King of Swords reversed, interesting. The Tower reversed, and then the World. Yeah, I feel like this whole entire thing caused you to start looking at situations very differently. The King of Swords upright is somebody who sees the whole entire thing, right? Who is a strategist, and this is somebody who like weighs everything, and especially makes decisions for the long term. Right? I see that as well with the Emperor coming out at the bottom of the deck. Makes decisions that are going to be long-term judgment calls. I think this situation and healing from this situation caused you to restructure your long-term plans and your sense of stability. And that's the whole purpose, right? It offered you motivation, insight, opportunity that you hadn't had prior to really make the changes. What is this, Tower? The Ten of Pentacles, yeah, this is looking to the long term. This is what I mean. So in career, this is where you're really looking at like, all right, fuck these lateral moves. I'm going to really make boss decisions. Some of you, this was a job that you really wanted to happen and it didn't. And so you ended up starting your own thing, and it's like growing and taking off. But this was to help you end a cycle where you were kind of like making small decisions, small moves, and get you into this place where you're really restructuring your life for the long term and for your long-term success. And so this person coming back around now feels like it's to lend like confirmation and clarity, but also to give you the option, right? I want to know what Spirit wants you to know about this person offering this, you know, this opportunity again, or wanting to pursue something again, whether it's romantic or business. Like, you know, what energy they're in, you know, because I feel like you can make whatever decision you want, but it's because you've made the changes in your life and you're starting to think more, you know, what do I need long term? What's going to fit into my life long term? There's that Emperor reverse. Yeah. Again, making long-term choices. The Fool reverse, and not so much like, I feel like being really conscientious before you take a leap. I'm not saying you weren't before, but this happened in a way that it was an area that of like, you know, weakness that needed to be strengthened. The Two of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles reverse, and the Hanged Man reverse. So here's what I'm feeling this person's coming in with. We have Pisces, by the way, and then Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This person's coming in knowing. We've had a shift in perspective, knowing they did not treat you right. For some, just because we have the younger girl and then the woman here, this is somebody you have a child with. Or you were supposed to have a child with, they're coming in knowing that they did not handle something well. They did not handle it right. And I think what they're willing to do, they're willing to offer, the energy they're in right now, is they're kind of waiting on you, especially with that Emperor reverse. They're kind of waiting on you to make a choice. I feel like this person is open to growth and change, but this person is not facilitating it. I think if you told this person to pretty much burn in hell, they would not fight for this. They would not fight for this situation, I feel. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles reversed. They're still not in the most stable place. The Page of Swords reversed. That's also why they may not have been reaching out. And then the Sun reversed. I do feel like this has a happy ending, this whole situation, but just differently than what you had anticipated. And the reason why all of this happened is, again, to help you kind of connect to your sense of personal power to create what you want, especially when it comes to the people that you surround yourself with or the work that you do. Those are very, very heavy energies here. The people you surround yourself with, you know, your association, circle of friends, and the work that you do. Some of you, this whole situation was meant to help push you in the direction of your divine life path. So So that's kind of what I'm seeing for this group for the moment. I hope this has been helpful. I'm wishing you the best of luck and so much love in your journey ahead. Thank you so much for being here, and I will hopefully get the chance to read for you soon. Take care. Bye. Hi, group 3. Okay, you guys picked caution. I feel like this is the energy you're in right now because you're looking at a situation and you're kind of trying to approach it cautiously. And this feels like trying to figure out what the truth was. I'm picking up that energy really heavily. It's like, was any of this even real? Did I just like delude myself? Was somebody lying to me? There could have been a lot of sneaky energy here. But it just feels like it's difficult, especially too, because in this deck, these always look like tickets to me. So, it makes me think of like, be cautious before you say yes to something. Be cautious before you, decide to take that ride with somebody, or not like literally. I'm just taking a sip of tea. But this is the energy I'm feeling, is a caution about, for example, if this was like a love relationship in your past that ended poorly, you might be very cautious while reapproaching love relationships. This is something where it's, once bitten, twice shy kind of an energy. And I feel like you guys are trying to gain clarity on this to try to restore a little bit more self-trust and self-confidence. Okay, I've been looking at the tarot cards lately so far in this reading to get a feeling for the situation first, but I actually want to look at your oracle cards first, so we're going to do that. Root chakra coming through with balance, card 6. Okay. Oh, we have 33, which is also a 6, but a master number with miracle. The frequency of miracles supports our belief in ourselves as a part of source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. Yes, yes, yes. And then we have Mars. I'm drawn into the word action here. Again, like we were just saying, there's a sense here of wanting to get clarity on this so you can take action and move forward and do so confidently. I feel like, well, no, let me pull tarot. Let me find out kind of a little bit more of what this situation is or entails. The World at the bottom of the deck. This has been meant to help you close out an old cycle that has to do with a lot of other things. Could be root chakra healing here. We have the 5 of Cups reversed. Okay. The 5 of Pentacles reversed. This is actually quite positive. And the 2 of Swords reversed. So I feel like there's a sense here where this might be, again, something that's going on right now. You're being called to make a decision, and it feels good. It feels like a good decision. But I feel like in your past, you may have been made choices that ended up like landing you in this 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups energy of feeling like lost, feeling helpless, feeling like you don't have enough, feeling like the universe is almost kind of given up on you and abandoned you when you needed help. And there's this situation that now I feel like it feels really good with miracle. But there is fear due to past experiences of like, I don't want to take action in the wrong direction. What was this in your past? This could go all the way back to childhood or be inherited issues. The Moon reverse, being able to trust your intuition, trust how you're feeling. This could have to do with a motherhood or a mother relationship with a mother figure. The Hanged Man. We have Cancer and Pisces showing up very heavily. And Judgment. Wow, 3 major arcanas. Yeah, Strength is at the bottom in reverse. So this past event was a situation where I feel like what happened is you felt like you couldn't trust your intuition, or you felt like you couldn't trust somebody you were very emotionally attached to. This is, again, like a mother figure. And I feel like, when we're kids, when we don't have somebody to help explain things to us at a more nuanced level, we're kids, and our perspective is ourselves and our world. So when something bad happens, we just automatically assume and associate that it's our fault somehow. And unless we have an adult to kind of explain that and walk us through it, it can be, kind of damaging to our sense of self. So there's either a situation from a very long time ago, and this goes all the way back to like a subconscious program, where you felt like something bad happened. You felt like it was as a result of something you did or said, a decision that you had made to act in a certain way. Or it's like you put all your trust and your faith in somebody who then abandoned you, did not show up for you again. I'm thinking this is like a caretaker energy. You like really trusted this person. It almost looks like the stardust almost kind of looks like ice here. So somebody who may have been very cold toward you sometimes. And I think what you've been on the journey to discover here is getting this shift in perspective about your own ability to make judgment calls, and getting this shift in perspective and realizing that, oh, this wasn't like something I did wrong. This was more about them and where they've been at. So you may have been on a healing journey for a long time to kind of help bring this back into balance. I think it's made you very careful, very cautious when it comes to assessment and making decisions. I feel like there's been a program here, see how she's eating a mountain, that like the decisions you make are going to bring immense obstacles, so you better make sure it's like worth it, or you better make sure that you have, you've assessed it correctly. There's also a sense here too where she's eating a mountain. Again, mountains always indicate challenge and obstacles, where this might be around communication. It's like you may have had this kind of belief that, your thoughts or acting on what you believe to be true, making a judgment call, saying what you need to say, speaking it out loud, that in and of itself is an obstacle, is a difficulty, creates challenge for you. And so this may have been a very big block toward communication, especially. You may have also had this subconscious belief due to this really difficult relationship, especially that 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, that you have experienced in the past. You may have had a subconscious program or belief that life is always going to be hard for you. That life is always kind of like out to, I don't want to say out to get you, but like life is always going to be a challenge. And so you've been very much in this like energy of, I'm going to, like you, even when good things happen, your first instinct might be to be like, okay, how could this be not good, right? Again, she's eating the mountain. Look how she's like, but she's kind of like, I don't know about you. You're very wise, you're very discerning, you're very intuitive. I feel like you double, triple check things. You're not, when it comes to making a decision, you're not, you're not tepid. So it might take you a while to make a decision, but when you do, that's the decision and that's all there is to it. You're not flippant. This is the word I was looking for. You're not flippant with your choices. You don't just, I was talking a lot because in the first 2 groups, the Knight of Swords has come up. And like, you're not a Knight of Swords kind of person. You don't just rush into things. You don't like, I'm getting like zero issues with like impulse control here, especially when it comes to making decisions that are important. And like assessing things, assessing danger, assessing risks, assessing people. Very shrewd, very connected to your higher self, very intuitive. But there's a sense here where what you may have been working on is this need to feel balanced and supported, right? This need to feel like, yes, I'm looking out for myself, but so is the divine. And there's a sense here where I feel like you guys have been on a journey, or you are on a journey to start to kind of lower your guard, soften your gaze, because there are miracles that are happening and expanding in your life. And this is something this situation might be something you are skeptical of, something you are concerned about. You are cautious to really let yourself, take that ride, go on this adventure, say yes to something. And there's a lesson here about letting the universe do things for you, letting the universe surprise you in a really pleasant way. And I feel like there's a lot here, but let's see what else comes out. The 3 of Cups reversed. Okay. This could be about a friend. This could be about, again, a decision you need to make between 2 people, potentially. This could be about the decision of whether or not to become a parent, because the 3 of Cups can kind of talk about that. The 7 of Swords, I also feel like, again, this is seeing a soul-based partnership from your past. Yeah, the 6 of Cups. As, like, for what it really is, right? Seeing that for what it is, and seeing that person for who they are. This is somebody, the Moon, the 3 of Cups, the 6 of Cups. This is somebody that you have a very strong soul bond with, somebody you have a lot of emotions for. Again, heavy energy of like a caretaker or parent. This is somebody that you have a very close spiritual bond with. And so I feel like it was very, very difficult for you to be able to parse through understanding kind of where the responsibility lie, because you very much love this person. There's a lot of distorted kind of energy here. and there's kind of like holding an equal value and measure that you have a strong soul bond with this person, but that they also caused you a lot of pain, a lot of difficulty, that they also put you through a lot. And learning how to trust yourself again. This is a huge thing here. Learning how to trust yourself, learning how to trust soul bonds again. Because you might feel this energy of like a kindred spirit energy, or feel like, you know, it's making me think of the Two of Cups, right? Where it's like something that you could pour your heart into, and it just like feeds your heart and soul the same way. You might feel that again right now about a job, about a person, about, you know, for some of you, this is a living environment or a situation of moving, but be hesitant to actually take action or really give yourself over to it for fear of repetition of the past. Four of Swords, yeah, you're waiting. You're like, hang on, I got to get a good feeling for this. And that's fine. Three of Swords, because this is the fear. And the Ace of Wands, exactly. There's a new beginning here. There's this opportunity, and you're excited. You're passionate about it. But you're holding off from making a decision because there is fear of this situation from the past repeating itself. And I feel like this circumstance, this set of circumstances, why it's here is to bring you a miracle you've been asking for, to help balance out. There's a karmic justice here kind of energy, a rebalancing. And also with action to help you move forward in your life, because I feel like you've been stuck in this cycle for kind of a while, not like, you know, horribly past its expiration date, but for a bit now. Yeah, the Queen of Cups reverse, you need to be able to trust your intuition again. You need to be able to trust your feelings again, and this situation is meant to help reconnect you with that. The Ten of Pentacles, yeah. The Strength reversed, oh, and the Devil. I feel like this is so hard that you guys are in this place where all you want is the sense of stability, longevity. You want to be able to put down roots. And it's felt like you've tried to create this for yourself. And it's just like, this has this energy of just like, I give up. Like, it's always going to end up like this, right? It's always going to end up, you know, in pain. I'm going to be showing myself very vulnerably, and I'm always going to end up getting punished for it. And this is whatever circumstances you're asking about right now, this is what I feel like it's a current thing in your life. This is why it's here, is to show you that your hard work does pay off, and that miracles are meant for you. And you need to know that. And it's okay to say yes to that. It's okay to let things change, including your perception of what you think you're allowed to have in life. Yeah, because with the Ten of Wands, you've been carrying this for so long. And it's time for a new beginning. So I want to know what Spirit kind of wants you to know about this. So this was chosen for you in order to help restore your faith and your trust again. And in yourself and in the universe in particular. Ten of Swords reversed, 3 10s showing up. So a cycle is ending. This was brought up to help you release an old wound, whatever this might be. The Queen of Wands, help restore your confidence, help restore your relationship again with your intuition, and being able to act on your intuition seamlessly. I always say this, but like, both the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands are very intuitive, but different ways. The Queen of Cups is really psychic. She's going to be that person that says, I had a premonition about this. I had a dream about this. My spirit guides, you know, let me know about this. The Queen of Wands, for her intuition is almost as if like it's instinct. She just acts on it. I always say, like, if the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups were both to book a vacation, you know, somebody might ask the Queen of Cups, why'd you decide to go there? What's the pull? And she'd be like, I saw it in a dream, and I just knew that I had to go. That's my spirit guides communicating with me, so I'm gonna go, you know, do this and this and this. She can talk about it and point to it and be able to like tell you about it. The Queen of Wands, if you asked her, be like, why'd you decide to go there? What's up with that? She'd be like, I don't know. I just felt like I should. Like, it's just the place to go, right? She's that's the Queen of Wands energy. So for a lot of you, this is repairing the relationship to your intuition, and being able to act on that quickly without double, triple, quadruple, you know, checking. And like, because I feel like sometimes you guys get lost in the debating. You get lost in and struggle to take action because you're still parsing through everything. Pardon me, my nose ring was bugging me. You're still parsing through everything, and sometimes there's a need to really just like act on it, do it. Again, you guys are not impulsive at all. The Three of Pentacles reversed, okay, and the King of Wands. Wow. This is really about, well, I was going to say coming into alignment within your own energy. So for some of you, this is also in relation to the partnerships that you form. But this is also, I feel like, about connecting to a divine counterpart. And this is a divine counterpart. The King and Queen of Wands are divine counterparts that are very spiritually based. And there's, again, they both have that sense where they are one with spirit, right? They also are people who know what they want and are very confident in that. That's the difference between like the Knight of Wands and like the King of Wands, right? Is the Knight of Wands is a seeker. They're still trying to figure out what they want. Sometimes they're still overly confident, even if they maybe shouldn't be. But they trust the process. They go after what they want. They know that that's part of them finding what is right for them. And once they do find what is right for them, they will go after it. They're determined. They're motivated. They don't give up. That's how you get to the, you know, King and Queen of Wands. You don't give up because you know what you want. You feel confident in that. You know it's part of your soul plan. You know the universe is backing you up, and you're not going to quit for freaking nothing. That's kind of the vibe here. And I guess you guys are you're stepping into an energy of really going for more of that kind of, you know, receptive, holding back. I'm going to listen to my intuition. I'm going to sit and I'm going to think about it. This is meant to help you get into this place of being able to, you know, with no ifs, ands, or buts here, being able to really create what you want for yourself. And this is going to help align you to partnerships that are going to help you create, because you don't get to the thing that we never talk about, the 10 of Pentacles. You don't get to the 10 of Pentacles on your own, right? You know, and the fact that we have the 3 of Pentacles in the mix, this is going to be helping align you with people that you're going to build something for the long term with. Somebody who has similar spiritual values to you, somebody who wants the same thing, but that requires that you know what you want and that you feel comfortable and confident acting on it. There's always an energy with like the King and Queen of Wands, especially the Queen of Wands for me, where there's like a, you know, strike while the iron is hot kind of an energy, right? She just does it. She just moves on it and she doesn't question herself. These are two very confident people. So this whole entire journey is to bring you into this next phase of your spiritual evolution. And what you're experiencing now is a good thing. I think there's a lot of cautiousness here, and you're being encouraged to go with the flow. You're being encouraged to trust that this is, to trust in the miracle here, to trust in the fact that things are happening for you in a really positive light. So I think that's everything that I've got for group 3. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope I get the chance to read for you again soon. Take care. Bye.